So, got a bunch of tools here. This is a whole set of triple squares. Didn't think I would need triple squares for this, but I do. They're not long enough, so I had to go to the store and buy some longer triple squares, which is fine. More tools for me. And I had to get huge-ass Allens because 2Js are weird. The heads on these, it's a bunch of 12mm triple squares, and it's got 3 massive 14mm Allens in the middle. I'm not really sure why that is. We're gonna take off the head and then prep the block for paint. Also pull the oil pan and all the pistons and everything, so. All right, we've got the removal sequence here for all of the, let's take off this head. There we go. Good. This is not a torque wrench, this is a breaker bar, so I don't know why it clicks. Sure, it's not good, but good use of roll cage bar. Some of these just do not want to move. No, obviously do not do this to take these off. I'm just doing this to quick zip them out. Give me one second. I have no idea what those 3 14mm Allens do. I was only able to get one of them off before the whole thing moved. Oh, it's the gasket. Fuck you. Stupid thing got caught on the head gasket, bent it to shit. I don't care. And now we can see pistons and the cylinder walls. They look pretty good. Obviously there's shit on these cylinders and pistons. That is only because stuff went down through the spark plug holes when I was taking a wire brush to the block and doing other stuff out here, which is fine because when I remove these pistons and everything, that won't matter because these cylinder walls are going to be deep cleaned. Everything on the block and in the head all going to be deep cleaned to make sure that there's no debris in the engine when I put it back together. Cylinder walls, they look great. 170,000 miles on it. Obviously the head surface is disgusting, but that's alright. Got the block flipped over to take the pan off. It was a pain in the ass because it pissed coolant everywhere. I'm not super thrilled about that because it got all down my sleeve, into my glove. How did they RTV this? This has a gasket. Pan looks good though. No metal, nothing. Yeah, no, this literally comes with an oil pan gasket, so. I don't know. Essentially what I'm doing right now is just flipping the fucking engine stand because I put it on upside down like an idiot. So I had to figure out a way to do this without the hoist because I can't really connect the hoist to anything. So yeah, I'm gonna do this really quick. Alright, right now I'm taking the pistons out. I still can't get the crank off because it's on there so tight. And I'll end up picking the entire engine stand up before I can break it off. So I decided to just take the pistons off so I can get closer to painting the block because it's warm out now. Or at least it is today and tomorrow. So I want to paint stuff. So I might as well just take the pistons out. Oh, number 1 coming out here. Can't really see it very well. Bearings look great. I don't know if these have ever been changed or not, but 170K on the motor. I doubt they've been changed. Ugh, I smell that fucking oil again. So you're probably wondering why you're looking at the block with no crank in it. I didn't film very much through this whole process because it was just easier for me not to. Getting the crank bolt out was a pain. I had to pretty much I put the transmission on the bottom of the engine stand and had to hang from the bar and finally broke loose from it, but yep, took all the pistons out, crank out, all that stuff, and here I am putting the crank back in the motor to get the pistons ready to go back in, which I also did not film much of. I think I show part of the first one going in, but ultimately that's about it. But yeah, got the also block is painted in this clip too, so if you're confused on why this is jump cut so much, I'm kind of mad that I didn't film more, but it really wasn't much. It was just taking pistons out and removing crankshaft shit, so yeah. Have not filmed in a fat minute. Car, obviously, there's nothing in it right now. I have Bondo in here, working on getting that sanded down. So we're gonna make the engine bay look super clean, super nice. That's gonna take a little while to sand down. It'll be a pain in the ass, but entire bay is going to be painted my favorite color, Midnight Purple 3. As for the 2J, it's chilling right here. I have most of the pistons in. I had an issue with this one. The second ring broke when I went to put it in the first time. Like, it got pinched and broke. Ended up getting it out. Had to order a new set of rings. Tried it again. Then I noticed that the new one, when I tried to put it in, it got stuck in the piston. And in trying to get that out gently, it broke. So I'm like, well, fuck. And then I realized there was damage in like the channel here, which you can't really see it much anymore. You can kind of see like the outside of it. But I had to take a, what the fuck is this? It's like a Dremel disc, cutting disc for a Dremel, and I just took this and put it in the channel and just kind of sanded down by hand the side walls of it, and this is one of the broken rings. It fits perfectly in there. So now we're good to go. I get the new rings tomorrow because I had to order another set, and then the last piston should go in tomorrow, and we'll have our 2J full internals, and then I'll be ready to toss the head on. I just gotta clean it up a little bit. All right, so as you can see, the IS looks like it's in a plastic bag. We are about to paint the engine bay. And don't mind my shirtlessness, it's like 28 degrees Celsius in here, which is roughly like somewhere around 80-ish degrees, so it's warm. Alright, you guys gotta see this shit. So, I have not put clear coat on. This is just with a thick layer of mid coat, and it just looks fucking insane already. God, I love this color so much. Like, the base paint is just kind of like eh, and then the second you put the mid coat on it, it's a completely different color. It's, oh my god. Again, this is without, there's no clear coat yet. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is beautiful. Alright, we're gonna push this thing outside, see what it looks like. Camera probably doesn't pick it up as well. My camera definitely doesn't pick it up as well. Right now I'm getting ready to put the head on. I mean, it's on here, but I have to torque down all the bolts, so I'm going to dip them in oil. And then we're going to stick them in here, just kind of loosely tighten them down, and then we're going to get the torque wrench out and tighten these things down to what they're supposed to be torqued at, which I got to find the specs for. And then once this is in, I'm going to go through and kind of clean up the top of it again, just quickly. And then I'm going to put the cams in. I was going to put stage 2 cams in it, But I'm gonna wait on that for a little while because I don't want to immediately throw everything at this, and it helps me save like $1,000 by putting the stock cams back in it, which are perfectly fine for what I'm doing with this. Well, I think I figured out where the 2JZ landed when it fell off the stand. Right on the VVTi solenoid cap. How do I know this? These bolts, both of them, for the cam cap, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can show it better. These are both bent like that. The banjo bolt, which I just realized, is also slightly bent. Kind of see it. The VVTi, the oil control valve, or VVTi solenoid, I'm not really sure exactly which it is. This is supposed to be one piece, and it's not. And also, not to mention that that explains why both of these studs are completely sheared off. All right, well, we got that out. Yeah, that's supposed to be one piece. All right, right now I am going to torque the cam gears on. This is going to be a pain in the ass because they're 60 foot-pounds. Yes, I have vice grips on my cam with a rag to make sure they don't get damaged. I don't have a wrench big enough because they're massive. Even my adjustable wrench isn't big enough. So I'm going to torque these down to 60. Gotta get HKS now. Fucking love it. Oh, that actually was not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. Okay. Alright, just got new PCV valve because my other one I had to break out of here with, I don't even remember what I used. Can't see it. I don't have the lights on out here. But yeah, I had to break the other one out. It was old, it was falling apart because the plastic was rock hard and super fragile, so yeah. Obviously it needs the gasket that goes around the bottom part, which was shattered on the old one. I have the old one over here. Where is it? This is the old one. Shattered at the top. There's a gasket that goes around it, but it was rock hard. It just straight shattered, so that's fine. Just have to do that. And then I have a timing belt on the way and spark plugs. So we're getting there.